Hey everyone, quite a predicament the Dodgers find themselves in now. Today, if you watched my preview video, had a bad feeling about Maeda against Washington and those hitters. His location had to be perfect. It was far from perfect. The Dodgers' inability to hit with runners in scoring position kind of rears its ugly head a little bit today, early in the game. A couple of opportunities to bring in Seager in the first inning. They don't do it. A couple of opportunities to bring in Howie Kendrick in the third, and they don't do it. And Maeda, his location was bad. Now, I know there's a lot of Dodger fans saying, oh, but the strike zone, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. What matters was Maeda was tailor-made for this lineup, and they waited him out. They waited for him to make mistakes. He made mistakes up in the zone, and they hit him hard. Right now, the Dodgers are 2 for 18 in the series with runners in scoring position. That's 3 games, 2 hits with runners in scoring position. That is not going to cut it. That is not going to win you a series. And the Nationals are doing the things that winning teams do. Right now, the Dodgers got to take better at bats. And again, we look at a left-handed pitcher. I know a lot of people think, oh, they went 22 and 24. They're not as bad as people think against lefties. Yes, they are as bad as the numbers indicate against lefties. They are the worst team in baseball in terms of batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage. The numbers don't lie. And if I am an opposing team, I do it exactly what Dusty Baker did today. I go Gio Gonzalez for as long as I can, and then I bring in Solis. He rested Zibchinski. He could go to him tomorrow. So the Nationals still have some weapons down in that bullpen. For the Los Angeles Dodgers, I mean, it's 27 outs now, and the big discussion is, do you go Clayton Kershaw or do you go Julio Urias? I go with Julio Urias. I am not going to push Kershaw on 3 days rest, especially because he had injury issues this year. How much more are we going to ask Clayton Kershaw to do for this team? I mean, he is continually coming back on 3 days rest. Last year, we saw him come back on 3 days, and he pitched a gem against the Mets and got us back to Game 5, where the Dodgers eventually lost to New York. I just would prefer to see Urias take the hill. I know Dodger fans are sitting there saying, push Kershaw, you're paying him all this money, get him out there on 3 days rest. He didn't look good in Game 1. I just don't feel good about pushing him. I have a feeling the Dodgers are going to go in that direction. Dave Roberts said, quote, we're in talks, end quote. And this is 15 minutes after the game. So I anticipate Kershaw is going to get the ball tomorrow. If Kershaw gets it and he pitches well and gets this thing to Game 5, hey, 1 game for all the marbles. We beat Max Scherzer before, can certainly do it again. I am not one of those that's going to give up on this squad. I do see them as a flawed team. This is a team that can't hit left-handed pitching. I don't think a team like the way the Dodgers are constituted right now can win a World Series, but I want them to. And we'll see if they can. And we'll see if they can dig down deep. This team has surprised us all season long. Remember, 8.5 back in late June. Giants collapse. Dodgers win the division going away. You never know what can happen. And so I'd like to see them get a win tomorrow and force a decisive Game 5. Because when you play 9 innings for all the marbles, you never know what can happen. But today was frustrating. Dodger fans feel it. And they know that it's a must-win situation coming up for the Dodgers tomorrow, or else the season comes to an unceremonious end in the divisional series for the 3rd straight year. Gah. And the Friedman, Zaidi, Burns front office, they'll have some things to answer for by building this team the way they have. They get credit where credit's due for a lot of the moves and the depth, but this team can't hit left-handed pitching. That'll do it. Enjoy the Giants-Cubs game tonight. Go Cubs. And we'll talk to you tomorrow with a Game 4 preview, Dodgers and Nationals.